What's up, everybody? It's her to you, and thank you for tuning in to Wednesday's Random. So today's Wednesday's Random is going to be a little different because it's going to be a little less random and a whole lot of intent. So the intention for this Wednesday Random is I want to, on a monthly basis, use one of my Wednesday Random to highlight and promote a Black female entrepreneur. And so today, I'm going to be interviewing the CEO, owner, and founder of Aura Faith Wellness Brookelynn. What's up, bro?
Hey y'all.
How are you doing?
Good. I'm good. Thank you.
All right, that's good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the things. So, what is Aura Faith Wellness?
Aura Faith Wellness as a whole, I want to just talk about the vision itself that I have for Aura Faith Wellness. And my vision was to be able to be a source for or a resource to educate Black women, or any woman can receive the education, but in general, Black women to have a space and a place to go to be able to research specific anything wellness, really, anything diagnoses, anything health wise, and in particular, diagnoses that affect us. I
Mm-hmm.
want to be able to be a kind of a avenue where you can come to and for anything that relates to the topics that we don't talk about or the issues that we don't tackle, and
Mm-hmm.
that is our mental health, our self-awareness, our self-image, anything self. I want to be an avenue for people, and I keep bringing up Black women because a lot of things that do go on affect us in the majority,
Mm-hmm.
just to be real. But I want to be a resource where you can anonymously come to or Faith Wellness and and be able to get a referral or get a resource or just get an answer, have a question about anything wellness. So that's my vision for Aura Faith Wellness. What people Go ahead, sorry.
All right, well, well, thank you. I definitely would have to say that I do appreciate that you're you're going to be a place because, like I said, when I first looked at it, I obviously thought it was just the post surgery, right? And that's how I promoted it. So I do
Mhm.
apologize for that part, right? Because now that I'm hearing your vision, and it's good that we did this, right? So now that I'm hearing your vision, I definitely appreciate that. It's going to be it's going to also be a platform where Black women can come who are unclear of certain things and can trust to get a full clarity of, you know what I'm saying, of your services or whatever they have going on, correct?
Right.
So so how did you even get into this industry or what sparked you to start this type of business?
Well, and what I didn't throw in there was also just advocate, like to be an advocate for yourself. I want women to have
Okay.
the knowledge and feel comfortable, about advocating for their own self and their health.
Mm-hmm.
So the industry that people see now is the post recovery care. And how I got into that was I'm a registered nurse by trade. You know that, and some other people may not. And so I was asked, plastic surgery and aesthetics are starting to be really popular right now.
Right.
Everybody wants to be snatched. And so, no problem, no problem, live your life. And so I was asked by a friend to, come along with her while she was getting a tummy tuck. Well, these surgeries are not minimum by, no means at all. It's a major surgery. It's like having a baby, C-section, anything. If I was to be able to compare it to a major surgery, that would be one. And so you have a lot of recovery houses once you have the surgery, promoting stay here for the luxury and the way that it looks. But it was the safety portion that is always left out. That's very dangerous. I had my friend, have an issue, and I don't like to get into it because I like people to tell their own stories.
Mhm.
But it was at a time that we found out that the people that were taking care of her were just companions. They really didn't know what to do in an emergency situation. So it was good that she had me there, because as a nurse, as a registered nurse, I knew what to do right away. I knew what a drop blood pressure meant and what to do. And to see people not to offer such a service but not know what to do when you actually needed help,
Right.
it
Right.
it weighed on me, and it weighed on me heavily. So that is what I see is the safety part and the awareness part, that not anybody can provide such a service and not know what to do in an emergency or when there's complications.
Okay. And I'll say it. Your friends cannot come with you and provide care if they are not licensed, right? That is really what you're saying. Your homegirls cannot go for the trip with surgery and think that they can take care of you.
No, that is not. And yes, they will come, and here's the thing, they think that they ready for the ride until you got all this stuff draining out your body. And you had to, wipe your girl's woo-ha and start, you wasn't
Right.
up
They're
for
like,
all of
mm-mm,
that.
you should have called your man.
You was not
All
up
right.
for all of
So
that.
right. So my next question is, and back to this, right? So how does Aura Faith Wellness stand apart from other businesses or other services like that, and why should they choose your services?
So it kind of ties into my business as a whole. I don't just want to provide that my RN care that I have. I already come with those skills.
Mhm.
If you're in my presence and those things are happening, whether I'm going to care for you in that way, be able to change your dressings, help you, things like that. Those are normal things, but
Mhm.
it's the education. It is setting you up to be able to care for yourself when I'm not in your presence. So you will remember me tell you that if you have not had a bowel movement in 3 days, you take a laxative. You will not be waiting, telling people that you have been constipated for 14 days. That's dangerous, And sorry to bring up that type
No,
of
you're
thing, but
fine.
that's just one of the things. And then the education to, and here's the thing is that this is how I know I'm passionate about this, is because I like to take care of people holistically. While you're taking care of the woman, or even men, men get plastic surgery too. It really isn't just women, but I have a little assessment, and it's just a mental health assessment. It really is, but it's real short, nothing doctor where you have to have a degree, because you don't need a degree to ask somebody how you are doing and how you are feeling and how you're, how do you feel about what you just did, to have somebody. But where if you are looking that you're not, like, you're having those depressing feelings now, it would not do me any justice that you came into my services and I couldn't, pick up something like that.
Right. Right.
So it's more than just, like I said, the service, being able to monitor your vital signs and help you with your wound care. All of those services are listed, but how dare I be in your presence and, you have an issue going on that you can't at least tell me where to go to,
Mm.
or that saying,
Yeah.
it's because it's not just it's not just about healing the wounds, it's about healing it all together. It
Okay.
is. If you can't, if you go home and you're depressed, it's going to impede your healing as a whole.
Right, right. Okay. Um, that's all my questions in regards to the business. Is there anything else that you want to add that you want to mention?
I just want to say on the website, it does have the actual services to the post recovery care that I offer, but lymphatic drainage massages are also really huge. And I just became certified in doing that as well. So I do want to put that out there that not only do they, can get the care after the surgery, but they can get the necessary massages that take off that extra lymphatic drainage. So the swelling is decreased, promote circulation so you can heal even quicker. But those things, like I said, are on the website. And then December 1st, we are launching some snatch boxes. So these are boxes that have all your surgical supplies that you need for your surgery all in one area. And
Okay.
so those will be out December 1st.
Oh,
So,
well,
yes.
congratulations. I'm just looking forward to
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
what is the website?
It's Aura Faith Wellness recovery.com.
Okay, okay. And then
Yeah.
how can they reach you on social media? Are you on Facebook, Instagram? Where are you?
Yes. Yes. And let me, I just want to spell because Aura is Aura. And so a lot of people like to put Aurora or they like to put extra letters, but it is Aura Faith Wellness recovery.com. And then we are on Instagram under Aura Faith Wellness Recovery and under Facebook. So there is even a social support group that I started for post surgery, and you'll see that under the Aura Faith Wellness as well. So yeah.
Okay. Well, that is great. So so now we're gonna get into some personal situations. So obviously, with her to you, it's it's a healing journey, right? So you have your business, you have that journey, but also because in this day and age, people like to know who is behind that brand, right? So who is Brookelynn?
That's a loaded question.
It is. It is. I mean, you can answer it very brief because then we'll get on to other things as well.
Yeah. Yes. So who is Brookelynn?
Who was the face behind
I
the brand?
Yes, the face behind the brand. So I like to say I'm a traditional Black woman that literally, I hate to say this so, like everyone else says, but I feel like I came from nothing and arrived to something and everything that I need. So I'm I hope I answered your question. I mean,
Yeah,
I
no,
could
that was good.
probably
I
give
love
you
that. I actually
okay.
love that. So yeah, we can do that
Okay.
because my next situation is gonna have you expound on that actually. So again, like I said, this is a platform that expresses and motivates healing journeys, right? So that's mine. Now, obviously, we know there's all different types of journeys, emotional health, wellness that you're doing, fitness, emotional, mental that you also brought up as well. Where are you at on your own personal
Um Gosh, I feel like I'm at a place of peace.
journey?
I'm at a place of contentment in a lot of things that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me 4 years, to be honest. I started in 2018 and 2019. Yeah, I
Not you
was
counting the
counting
years.
it. I was counting. you know, make sure we on the right year. In no way, shape, or form would I say that happened overnight, or that it was within 30 days. I've been working on those things for 4 years, and so I am I thank God for life, health, and strength,
Amen.
with what we all have been through in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I am thankful that I can say that I am at a place of peace in if things are right or if they're not.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was good. I definitely love to hear it. Peace and content. Um, would you? Because I love how you brought up this is not a 30 minute. This ain't a 30 day. This ain't you know what I'm saying. This is an actual journey, and to see that you even your answers to I'm at peace, I'm at content. Like, that's a lot of our destination. Like we just want to be at peace and be at content. Um, is there any tips you can give as far as someone that is trying to get to a state of being in peace or a state of being in content to be patient during their journey?
Yeah. So first, um, I think admitting, or like we always say, identifying that, truly there is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to identify and not push up under the rug that I have a problem, or it may not even be a problem, but I have something more to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Because we hide our feelings as women, we bottle things up. And I mean, for years, not months, we can bottle some stuff up for years. And
Mm-hmm.
it really is something that should have been dealt with. And the sooner you deal with it, the more free you are. And so I just really would like to tell people that free yourself soon, don't wait. Um, uh, Work on those things, sit on somebody's couch. It's no longer foreign to need to talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You probably have heard me talk about mental health a lot in this segment, and that's because um, this journey, this healing is an ongoing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have to check my mental health just like my health itself. I have to check my mental health just like I would check in for my job, because it's that important. And I want to tell women you have to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find a way to love yourself, because somewhere along the way or the journey we stop doing that, and so you that's what I mean about self-awareness. And when you don't love yourself, it turns into not having self-confidence,
Mm-hmm.
not having self-esteem. It just turns into a whole ladder of things. So I just want to say, be patient on the journey. Don't give up. Don't give up, because I started with all things mental and wanted to clear my head. And part of that fitness was a health thing, but it turned into my mental let out
Mm-hmm.
because I can't go beat somebody up, but I can go beat that gym down. Okay. So,
Right.
find it, it no longer, and that's another thing, is that when it's not a job or just, for you, and it becomes natural to you that this is a
Mm-hmm.
part, this is lifestyle. This is what I need to sustain in my life.
Right.
That's kind of where I started to know, like, I'm at peace. There's a contentment that's a part that I mean, I'm a believer, so you guys are gonna hear me talk about God, but there was a part that just was like, I'm content. Like, really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I'll tell you that it wasn't until then that I could actually even see the visions that I had for being an entrepreneur, for being a Black woman wanting to launch a business. It wasn't until I went through this that I can actually, see what was in me,
Mm-hmm.
what was in me to do.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome. So, matter of fact, that it's so funny because all of what you really just said in speaking about your personal, right? That goes into our Wednesday random moment, right? So the Wednesday random moment, and just to say this, for anyone that I do bring on, I hope you're watching my Wednesdays random. The topics will be a part of it, right? So, so our topic is generational curses, right? So, okay, so I have to give you your flowers, right? So this is the part where I'm definitely going to give you your flowers, and then you're going to answer a question. So I remember hearing you do a speech several times. I've heard you do a speech several times, and you have thanked a member of, our family for setting a blueprint. Disclaimer: this is my first cousin. So you have, said a very thank you for having a blueprint set up, right? Um, and I always paid attention to that. That always was always brought to me because I said she definitely thanks other people for the decisions that she's made. But I'm like, dang, I don't think she really gives herself credit for what she has done, right? So yes, you credit other people for setting a blueprint, but you yourself created a blueprint, you know? So for instance, being a single mother myself and seeing you be a single mother, I've I've seen you, like I said, take that blueprint and go a step further and step out on faith and start your own business. Make a plan to create generational wealth. You know, and and so that's why I definitely wanted to speak to you when it came to my Wednesday's random topic of generational curses because me and you never talked about this, but you really are the standard. Like you really are that model for breaking generational curses. So along your journey, did you ever think about that? Like I'm trying to break, the statistic of being a single mother, or starting my own business as a single mother. You know what I'm saying? Moving away from family and starting. You know what I'm saying? Starting ground on sowing seed on a whole foreign ground. You know what I mean? So that's my question to you.
You gonna make me cry. Don't make me cry. I be ugly when I cry. Okay, so to be honest with you, I never thought of it like that until because we have not talked about this before in that fashion. We talked about breaking general curses, but I never thought of it in that fashion. What I think the thought is that you really do have a image or a picture of what, just as there's a model of what you want to be or what you should be when you grow up, it's the same thing of what you don't want to be or what you should not be or what you should not do and what I don't want this for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So alcoholism is a real big, deep, generational curse in our family, period. And for example, that's one of those things that you just know, if I even dab a little, it's very far from what it could be or what I know that this thing is capable of doing. And I don't want that. So I do have to say that just as people and family are in an example in good ways, they show you in bad ways also. I just also knew that I wanted, I'm very like, I guess I want to say driven. And when I want something, I want to put in all the work behind it, not to give myself the kudos, but just knowing what's necessary to get to what I want. It's there, I listen to people and say nothing, all that stuff when people used to tell you nothing came to you easy and this and this and that, I believed it. And I just know that I I try to continue. I try to let nothing come between myself and the drive that I have to get to my own personal goals. And sometimes, Shanice, it sometimes you have to let go of family and deny things that, like, in the process, and in order to keep on, moving forward. And so, I knew, and I just took heed to that, just because there weren't a lot of college graduates, I know that in order to be able to tell my son, that college is a thing that you need it, I have to be the example. I had to show him, that. And so to me, that was, like you said, breaking those generational curses intentionally, but not even on purpose, because I just know that I can't just tell them college was great, and and I ain't never stepped foot inside one. Don't even know how to fill out an application.
Right.
I wanted to be that example for my son, and single mother is on a whole nother topic, whole nother level of also why you do things the way you do them. Once you have that child, your brain operates and works on a whole nother, a whole nother wave path. It was no longer, could I just do me? I had to, show a whole nother human being that, no, this is not, the regular, this is not what life is. This is what life is like,
Right.
And so that's what it was. But when you bring it to my attention, it makes me understand that that's exactly what this generation, that's exactly what we're doing, is breaking generational curses. And
We are. I'm seeing it all throughout our family. You know what I'm saying? With our people making decisions that are totally different. You know what I'm saying? They're totally different, and so it's amazing to see. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, to me, you have been that model for me to see how it, because you just. And another thing that I didn't mention, you do it with so much joy, even though you gotta be stressed out or you gotta be worried. You do not show it, so that's amazing too. You know what I'm saying? Is to see someone do it without complaint. You know what I mean? Like, we gonna get it, and I'm gonna get it, and I'm just gonna get it, and I got it, and that's it. You know what I'm gonna do? What I gotta do? Like, that's always been your attitude. I've never been in a room with you. I've never been in a space where it hasn't been that. So it's been very consistent, and that's what I appreciate. You know what I'm saying? That if I come to you with the issue or problem, one thing you gonna help me work that thing out. Like, you are going to help me set that thing out, and I just appreciate it. And it's always going to be for the betterment of me and my child. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you know, I that is why I love not telling people the question or what's going on, because I just received, because even me, just even hearing this, I've gotten so much jewels off of this, off of hearing you speak and saying, and just off it all. This is the reason why. That's it.
yes, and it's gosh, I guess it's hard to answer like, you get choked up, it's hard to answer personal questions. It just is. And no, you don't want a rehearsed answer, but you be like, like, I do kind of want to study.
No, it needs to be raw. When it's raw, it's so true. It's so
it
honest.
is. It really is.
This was a great first interview. Thank you so much for giving me this interview. I really do appreciate it, Brookelynn. And
you're welcome.
everybody out there, go on. I'm gonna put all the links at the bottom for Aura Faith Wellness. With her website, follow her even personal page, because I'm telling you, this is doing good things,
Thank you.
and you want to get on board. So, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how you felt about this interview. Remember to follow me on Her to You on Instagram. This is where this will be housed. There will be a link in the bio because this will be a long video. So there will be a link in the bio for the page. So is there anything else you want to shout out? You want to give out a shout out? Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know you didn't think you was about to throw out flowers and not receive any. I definitely want to shout out Shanice. Shanice has a bravery about her that I envy. Because she you know, it's like she lacks fear in things that I think that are fearful to people and to women. And Shanice is consistent with inspiration. Like, I think people can inspire you until, like, for so long until they get tired, you know, until they like, all right, now that should be enough. I'll go on out there. But I appreciate Shanice for her consistency, for her ways of inspiring. Like, none of this stuff, it like her, I appreciate even the Wednesday randoms because it came about always when it's happening to her. And her, you know, people's shows, people's podcasts, people's channels, when they're real in that sense, I know that they will get a lot of attention because it's created from a place that it happened to you first, you know, so you get to experience it, you get to heal it, and then you get to bring it out to us and you make other people. So I love what Her to You is doing. Shanice has had, you know, so many different projects with Her to You. And I do want to encourage her to keep on opening up those different avenues of her own brand because it's been there and it's always made sense. Like, it has always made sense. So thank you for being you too. Because I be watching you too. You know, you watch the older cousins. I'll be watching the little ones too, so I can stay young. But thank you so much, Shanice.
Oh, you welcome, sis. And again, like I said, we'll definitely be following your journey. So we can see Aura Faith Wellness get bigger and bigger and bigger. I appreciate everything that you're doing, educating our community. You know, all communities really. You want that, I know how you are already. So, with that being said, we are going to conclude this interview, and you guys have a good night, and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. Peace out.